just a few days ago, the NBA released an all-time 75th anniversary team, and so I went on to NBA2K22 and I decided to put all of these players in today's NBA. So using a random wheel, we drafted these players into the current league, and for the active players like LeBron James or Kevin Durant, we just traded them and we used their all-time version. Then we did a season and live playoff simulation here on 2K22 next time to determine the winner. These rosters, this league is going to be insane, so guys, sit down, sit back, relax, go grab your snack, and let this crazy simulation begin. Let's go. We are on the wheel draft, and this is in 3 parts, and there are actually 76 players instead of 75. I don't know why it's like that, but anyways, we're beginning with Michael Jordan at number 1, part 1, number 1 through 30, and Michael Jordan will be going to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And so every team will get 2 players, and an additional 16 teams will get an extra 3rd player, so hopefully that's your team. And now going to the Chicago Bulls, it's Magic Johnson, and the rosters in this league are going to be actually insane. So many super teams to come about, but here is LeBron James at number 3. Which team is getting LeBron? And it's going to be the Detroit Pistons. How about that, Pistons fans? And for everybody who watches the whole entire wheel draft, I mean, this is a long one. Let me know down below. You guys are honestly the GOATs at number 4, though. However, we got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he is going to the Indiana Pacers. It's going to be interesting to see how he's going to do in this simulation. Also, Pacers fans, my heart breaks for you. Those first 2 games of the regular season, losing by 1 twice, definitely sucks. But anyways, going to the Phoenix Suns is Tim Duncan. So he's going to be joining Devin Booker, not Chris Paul, because Chris Paul is on this list, and there are actually 11 active players on this current list, I should say. And going to the Dallas Mavericks is Larry Bird. So Larry Bird's going to join Luka Doncic. That's going to be definitely a fun duo to watch down there in Dallas. Next up on the list, we do got Dirk Nowitzki, and Nowitzki will be headed down to Minnesota to join Karl Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell, and Anthony Edwards. And honestly, Minnesota Timberwolves fans, in real life, I'm really liking your team. I think they're going to have a great season. Anyways, going to the LA Clippers, it's going to be Oscar Robertson, the Mr. Triple-Double. Then Russell Westbrook took it over. But anyways, number 9, we got one of my favorite players of all time, Kevin Garnett, and Garnett will be going down on the Brooklyn Nets, joining Kyrie Irving. There will be no Kevin Durant or James Harden because they are in the top 75 list. And let me know, do you think Kyrie should have made the list? I believe he should have, just my opinion. But anyways, going to the Washington Wizards at 10 is Shaquille O'Neal. That is big time. And now the late great Kobe Bryant is up next, and he will be going to the New York Knicks, and that is amazing, Knicks fans. You guys just got Kobe Bryant. I genuinely can't picture Kobe in a New York uniform, but it's gonna be so fun to see. That's what these simulations are about. Now we got Wilt Chamberlain going to the Miami Heat. So Heat fans, you guys just got Wilt, the still one of the greatest players in NBA history. And next up on the list, we do have Hakeem Olajuwon, and I believe Olajuwon's the most skilled center in NBA history, and he's gonna go to the Memphis Grizzlies. And now we got the OG Bill Russell, the most championships in NBA history, and he is going to the Western Conference to join the San Antonio Spurs. So we are at number 15, halfway through part number 1, and we have Karl Malone up next, former Utah Jazz player, and he will be going to the LA Lakers in this simulation. And I just realized, Lakers fans, you guys are losing out on 4 players: Westbrook, Anthony, LeBron, and Davis. They are all part of the top 75. That's just unfortunate. But going to the OKC Thunder, it is the logo Jerry West, and Jerry West, a former Laker, now in OKC. So continuing on, we have Dwayne Wade, one of the greatest shooting guards in NBA history, and Dwayne Wade will now be on the Milwaukee Bucks with Chris Middleton. Remember, Giannis Antetokounmpo will not be on the team. He is on this list. And now we got Julius Erving, Dr. J, one of the greatest dunkers in NBA history, going to the Boston Celtics. And I like this pickup with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Next up, we have Kevin Durant, arguably the most skilled player in NBA history, and he will be going to the Atlanta Hawks with Trae Young. That's going to be a fun duo. He will stay in the Eastern Conference. Here is Steve Nash, what an amazing point guard back in his day, and he will be going to the Utah Jazz with Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. So now next up, we got Scottie Pippen, and which team will be getting Scottie Pippen in this simulation? The wheel spins, and it will be going to the Houston Rockets. He will be going to a young team, so can he take that team to the Western Conference playoffs? And now continuing on, we have Allen Iverson, one of the most influential players in NBA history, and he is going to Sacramento to join the Kings in this simulation. Next up, we have the greatest shooter in NBA history, and he just dropped 45 points on the Clippers. He's going to his hometown, the Charlotte Hornets. What an interesting duo with LaMelo Ball and Curry down there in Charlotte. So now on this list, we have Walt Frazier, former New York Knick, and he will be going to the Denver Nuggets, joining Jokic and Jamal Murray. Chris Paul is next up at 97 overall. We are at number 25 on part number 1. And CP3 will be traded to the Toronto Raptors. And the Raptors just beat my Celtics. I have no idea how. I'm so salty about that. Anyways, we have Moses Malone. Moses Malone will be going to the New Orleans Pelicans with Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram. I think that's a pretty good fit, New Orleans fans. Anyways, just a couple teams left here in part number 1. We have John Stockton, former Utah Jazz. He is going to the 76ers with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Ben Simmons will be on the simulation. I mean, why would I keep him out? I mean, he's probably going to be playing for the team at some point this year, I think. Maybe. I don't know. It's interesting. Nobody knows. Let's go to the Golden State Warriors. We have Kawhi Leonard. So Kawhi and Golden State is going to be fun to see. No Klay Thompson in the top 75 team, so he will be joining Klay. As 2 teams left, we have Clyde Drexler, and he will be going back to his original team, the Trailblazers, in the simulation. And so the last player on this part number 1 list is Elgin Baylor, and he will be going to the last team remaining, which is the Orlando Magic. So that will wrap up part number 1. And now we enter part number 2, 31 through 60. Here we go. We begin off with Bob Cousy, former Boston Celtic, and he will be going to the Denver Nuggets. Remember, every single team will be getting 2 players. 16 lucky teams will be getting an additional 3rd. As here we go, Isaiah Thomas, former Detroit Piston. He will be going to the Memphis Grizzlies in this simulation. Continuing on, we have James Harden. James Harden is also arguably one of the greatest scorers in NBA history, and he will be going to the Charlotte Hornets, joining Steph Curry, LaMelo Ball. Oh my goodness, this Hornets team is getting stacked. And now we got Jason Kidd at number 34. He's a 96 overall. Jason Kidd will be going to the Washington Wizards. They already have Shaquille O'Neal, and how about the Wizards? Give some credit to Kyle Kuzma, Spencer Dinwiddie, Bradley Beal, Montrezl Harrell. They're playing amazing basketball in real life. Anyways, David Robinson will be joining the Dallas Mavericks with Luka Doncic and Larry Bird out in the Western Conference. Now we got John Havlicek, a former Boston Celtics player, and he will be going to the Toronto Raptors. So the only thing I really know about Havlicek is Havlicek stole the ball, and he was amazing on my team back in the day. He would make every single 3. I'm pretty sure he still is. Let me know, my team players, is he still like that? But going to the 76ers, it is Giannis Antetokounmpo. So we saw Philadelphia already get John Stockton, and adding Giannis Antetokounmpo with Joel Embiid is going to be a scary sight to see. And going to, oh my goodness, the Golden State Warriors is going to be George Gervin. He will join Kawhi Leonard and Klay Thompson. Next up, we got Ray Allen, one of the greatest 3-point shooters in NBA history. I think he's a little bit less than Steph, but he's number 2, and he's going to the Orlando Magic in this simulation. At number 4, we have Big Game James Worthy, former Los Angeles Laker. He will be going to the Cleveland Cavaliers, who already have Michael Jordan. And Cleveland's already looking like a title contender in the Eastern Conference in this simulation right now is actually stacked. It's going to be so fun to see who's going to come out of the East. And going to the LA Clippers, we have Pete Maravich. So Pistol Pete finds himself in LA. And now number 42, we have Dominique Wilkins, again, one of the greatest dunkers in NBA history with Julius Erving. And he will be going to the Brooklyn Nets in this simulation. Now we got former Boston Celtics Kevin McHale. And actually 26% of this list, I'm pretty sure, is filled by Boston Celtics players. And McHale will be going to the Indiana Pacers. And here's Russell Westbrook, one of my favorite players of all time, and Westbrook will be going from the LA Lakers to the Utah Jazz. So Utah Jazz fans, how do you feel about getting Russell Westbrook on this wheel draft? Number 45, we have Carmelo Anthony going from the LA Lakers to the Boston Celtics, and this is the all-time version, so he's a 96 overall, and the Celtics just got Carmelo Anthony. I'm definitely stoked about that. And here is Rick Barry, and it's crazy for me to think that, like, okay, I'm not going to disrespect anybody, but, like, players like Rick Barry, who's going to the New Orleans Pelicans, I just don't think they should make it over players like Kyrie Irving, Dwight Howard, maybe even Klay Thompson. Let me know your thoughts about that, but going to the Houston Rockets in this simulation will be Jerry Lucas. Jerry Lucas was pretty good, so I can't even say anything about that. Bob Pettis was also a dog back in the day, so he's going to Milwaukee Bucks. Now we got tiny Nate Archibald. The only reason I know about Nate Archibald was, again, through my team back in the day. I used to play my team all the time, and I got him in a box or something like that. And he will be going to the Sacramento Kings, the team that he originally played for. And now we got next up Gary Payton, the glove. Gary Payton's a defensive presence, and which team will be getting a great defender? It is going to be the LA Lakers, so that's definitely some good things to join with Moses Malone. Or no, they got Karl Malone. So Karl Malone and Gary Payton are on the same team right now in this simulation. And going to the Chicago Bulls is going to be Patrick Ewing. That is a big-time pickup there for Chicago. He will join Magic Johnson, DeRozan, Levine, Vucevic, Lonzo Ball. And going to the Phoenix Suns in this simulation will be Bill Walton at 95 overall. Next up, we have Dave Collins. I think I'm saying it right or wrong. Let me know if it's Collins or Collins. He's going to the Detroit Pistons in this video. And now we're getting to the end of the stretch here on part number 2, 31 through 60. We have Elvin Hayes, 94 overall, and he will be going to the New York Knicks. And New York already has Kobe Bryant to join Julius Randle, Kemba Walker, Fournier. And Fournier balled out in his first game with the Knicks, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, we do have Wes Unseld going to the OKC Thunder. He used to play for the Washington Bullets, I think like 6'7", 245 pounds or something like that. He was a big dude. No sus or anything like that. But going on to the San Antonio Spurs, it is going to be George Mikan. Remember those Mikan drills back in the day? If you used to play basketball, like the old school coaches would do that and stuff like that. And now here is the truth. The captain, Paul Pierce, one of the greatest Celtics of all time, and he is going to the Miami Heat in this simulation. Damian Lillard is up next. 3 teams remaining. Will he be going back to his original team? No, he will be going to the Atlanta Hawks. So Atlanta is looking tough. Durant, Trae Young, and now Damian Lillard. Again, the Eastern Conference is insane in this simulation with 2 teams left. However, we have Dolph Chavez. I'm not really sure who this is. I don't want to be disrespectful, but Dolph Chavez is going to be going to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And now the last player here on part number 2 is Anthony Davis, and he will be going to the last team remaining, which is the Portland Trailblazers. As part 2 concludes, we get to the last part number 3, 61 through 76. Hopefully your favorite team will be one of the lucky 16 teams that gets an extra player in this draft. And going to the Portland Trailblazers to begin it off is Willis Reed at 94 overall. And I'll say this again, but I don't understand how this is the NBA 75th anniversary team, but there are 76 players added to the list. I mean, somebody let me know why that is. I mean, I'm not sure if anybody actually understands that. But going to the Utah Jazz, we have Bob McAdoo, former LA Clipper, and now Robert Parrish will be going to the Oklahoma City Thunder. And for those of you who's watched this whole entire wheel draft so far, all the 3 parts and all these 76 players, I definitely appreciate it. You guys are the goats watching through this draft right now. And so going to the LA Clippers, it will be Dennis Rodman, former Chicago Bull. Continuing on, we have Billy Cunningham at 93 overall. Where will Billy be going to? He will be going to Brooklyn Nets in the simulation, so Billy's now in Brooklyn. And now Charles Barkley, the GOAT, the OG, the most funny player on the NBA TNT section, and he will be going to the Houston Rockets, or I should say panel, not section. But Charles Barkley is now in Houston, a team that he originally played for at one point. And now going to, it looks like the Memphis Grizzlies will be Dave Bing. Dave Bing will be going to Memphis Grizzlies. And in Yao Ming, should he have made this top 75 list? Let me know down below. But now we got Reggie Miller, one of the greatest shooters in NBA history, going to the Golden State Warriors with Kawhi Leonard and Klay Thompson. Here is Paul Arzin, I think. I'm getting some of these names wrong, but Paul Arzin is going to the Chicago Bulls, who already have Magic Johnson. That's a big time pickup. And here we go, Dave Duber. Listen, they're killing me with the names right now. Dave Boucher is going to the Orlando Magic. He's a former Celtic, I'm pretty sure. And now we got Hal Greer. This one's easy. Hal Greer will be going to the New York Knicks with Kobe Bryant. And now we have another former Celtic, Sam Jones. Rest in peace. I'm pretty sure he actually passed away not too long ago. But Sam Jones will be going to the Detroit Pistons in the simulation with LeBron James out there in the East. Bill Sharman, 93 overall. Where will Sharman be going to? He will be going to the Atlanta Hawks. And I keep saying it, the East is stacked. We have the Atlanta Hawks, the Charlotte Hornets, the Bulls, the Cavaliers, the Pistons. I mean, who is going to take the Eastern Conference? And now we got Earl Maloney. He will be going to the Charlotte Hornets. Speaking of the Hornets, they are already stacked, and they're getting another player. And now 2 players remaining on this whole entire draft wheel. Thank you guys again so much for watching through. And going to the Denver Nuggets is Nate Thurman. So 1 player remaining. It is Lenny Wilkens, 93 overall, which will be the lucky last team to get an additional player on this draft wheel. And going to the San Antonio Spurs, it is Wilkins joining Bill Russell. As that officially wraps up the wheel draft, let's head on to NBA 2K22. We are now on to NBA 2K. I filled out every single roster so every team is accurate to the wheel. And as we begin off with the 76ers, your team is looking stacked. John Stockton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons. And guys, as I scroll over the rosters, let me know down below the team that you think is going to win or just your favorite team. Shout out to the people in the last 2K simulation up on the screen. I appreciate all your support. And how will Michael Jordan do on this Cleveland Cavaliers team? And my Boston Celtics got Carmelo Anthony, Julius Erving. We kept Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown because they are not on the top 75. Jason Tatum will be there soon. Jaylen Brown also will be there soon. But look at the Grizzlies. They got Hakeem Olajuwon. Look at this Atlanta Hawks team. It's insane. Durant, Lillard, Sharman, Trae Young. Miami got Will Chamberlain, Paul Pierce, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Kyle Lowry. And the Hornets team is also good as well. Curry, James Harden, LaMelo Ball. And how about this Utah team? Steve Nash, Russell Westbrook, McAdoo, Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert. Okay, that team is not looking too bad. Sacramento, Tiny Archibald, and they got Allen Iverson. Kobe Bryant is in New York with the Knicks, and the Lakers are depleted. They did get Carmelo and Gary Payton, but they lost 4 players on this draft. And I know these videos tend to be a little bit long, but I love them so much. I mean, you have so many crazy things happening. These rosters are insane. So many great players going at it. So many great teams as well. We get to see different combinations of players like Steve Nash and Russell Westbrook. As we look at the Pacers, they got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with Sabonis, Moses Malone, Rick Barry, Zion Williamson on the Pelicans. Now LeBron James is on the Pistons with Cade Cunningham. What can you do with that team? And there were actually only 11 active players in the current NBA like Chris Paul, LeBron James, Kawhi, Curry, Giannis, and some others that made it to this 75th anniversary team. And a lot of people think that some other players should have made it like Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson. I mean, let me know down below. Should those players have made it. Like, obviously Kyrie Irving's better than most of these players on the list, but they're basing off a generational standpoint. So like, I just still feel like Damian Lillard made the list and Kyrie Irving should as well. Anyways, we're getting to the end of the stretch here on this roster simulation. The Wizards were Shaquille O'Neal, Jason Kidd, Bradley Beal. Let's simulate to the end of the season and see which teams make their playoffs in this simulation video. And out of this stacked NBA league, Oscar Robertson is your MVP of the Clippers. 24 points, 9 rebounds, 9.7 assists. What a season. Rookie of the year goes to Cade Cunningham out of Detroit. Earl Monroe wins 6th Man of the Year in Charlotte with the Hornets. Bill Russell wins Defensive Player of the Year. First team All-NBA Oscar Robertson. Luka Doncic makes it as a current player. Karl Malone, Bob Pettit, Nikola Jokic. And as we go to the second team All-NBA, we see Magic Johnson with the Bulls, Jason Kidd, Larry Bird, Lenny Wilkins, and Wilt Chamberlain all make it. Now the third team All-NBA, Clyde Drexler, Cousy, Garnett, Rick Barry, and Bob McAdoo of the Utah Jazz. And since this is a 2K simulation, I'm going to start including this. There were mid-season trades. I can't control any of this. This is all the CPU, and as you see up on the screen, these were the transactions throughout the season. And now the league leader in points, Luka Doncic, takes the 1 seed, and now look at everybody else, averaging about 22 a game. I mean, this league is actually stacked. Everybody's consistent, and we go to the rebounds per game. The top 10 is over double digits, so everybody was balling throughout this NBA league season. You got Wilt Chamberlain, Shaq, Pettit, assists per game, Jason Kidd with 12 a game, and again, the top 8 in double digits assists. Now the NBA standings in the East is the Miami Heat as the 1 seed, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Boston Celtics, the Atlanta Hawks, Chicago Bulls, 76ers, New York Knicks in the play-in tournament, as well as the play-in tournament is the Wizards, Raptors, and the Charlotte Hornets. So that means LeBron James and Michael Jordan did not make the playoffs in this simulation. This definitely has to be a first. The Cleveland Cavaliers finished last, and the Pistons missed out on the postseason. And as we get to the West, how about the Blazers taking the 1 seed with Anthony Davis and Drexler? Then you got the Clippers, Pelicans, Denver Nuggets, Spurs, Utah Jazz. And the play-in tournament teams end up being the Dallas Mavericks, Phoenix Suns, Grizzlies, and the Houston Rockets. And Golden State just misses out. They lose the tiebreaker, and the Lakers finish last in the West. As we get to the NBA postseason, we will of course begin with the play-in tournament, and I think you guys know at this point how everything works. There's the Western Conference matchups for the play-in tournament in this simulation, and then we go to the Eastern Conference play-in tournament. You guys see the matchups. Anyways, to get to the playoffs with this, simulate the play-in tournament first. So sit down, sit back, relax, and let's get this play-in tournament simulated. Let's go. We begin the Western Conference play-in tournament in Dallas. The Suns versus the Mavericks. They're going at it. Luka Doncic, step back. It's good. And this is the 7-8 game. Winner advances to the 7th seed in the Western Conference. And right now, Dallas has the lead with 39 seconds. Loser advances to elimination game for the 8th seed. Here comes Devin Booker. He has Tim Duncan on his team as well. Booker's going to pull up. Answers right back. How about Doncic and Booker going at it right now? 34 seconds. Here come the Mavericks. They're looking to win this game at home. They also have Larry Bird on the team. Will they go to him? Or will it be Luka Doncic again? Luka working his way on his defender. Step back. It won't go. Great defense. Tim Duncan gets the rebound that goes to Devin Booker. But Dallas has to foul again to get him in the bonus. For some reason, the Suns go to Elfrid Payton, not Devin Booker. And Elfrid Payton's not that great of a free throw shooter. And he's missed the first free throw. He might be starting to feel the pressure. 21 seconds. Payton's second free throw. It's good. It's a 2-point game. Mavericks down by 2. No more timeouts. Shot clock turned off. They need to tie the game or they're going to look for the win. Suns win with a stop. Here is Doncic on the drive. Tough shot. And it rims off. And rebound by Tim Duncan. And how about the Suns defense late here in this game? And going to line, Devin Booker makes the first and he gets the second. It's a 4-point game. The Mavericks are going to need a miracle to come back. How about the Suns though on the road about to win this game unless Larry Bird hits this from downtown? No good. Phoenix will go to the 7th seed in the Western Conference, and the Mavericks will now be playing in a winner go home for the 8th seed in the Western Conference. The Suns take the victory over Dallas, and I accidentally simulated too fast, but the Houston Rockets will follow the Memphis Grizzlies in the 9-10 game, so that means the Memphis Grizzlies will advance to play the Dallas Mavericks for the 8th seed in the Western Conference. Scottie Pippen win 19-15, and now we go to the game for the 8th seed in Dallas, and the Mavericks will win it against the Memphis Grizzlies 114-106. So Dallas loses one, then they win one, and they will take the 8th seed in the Western Conference simulation. Eastern Conference play-in tournament. We are in New York against the Knicks and the Wizards tied up at 108. We got Kobe versus Shaq, but he gives up to Randall on the drive on Kidd. Randall tough jumper won't go. Offensive rebound, Elfrid Payton looking around, and they can reset. Looking to take the lead late in this game. Looking to go to the 7th seed. It's Kobe Bryant. Bang! Kobe Bryant from downtown. Knicks have a 3-point lead here at home, and the fans are going crazy. Here comes Washington and Jason Kidd. Kobe defends Kidd. Jason Kidd looking around. Finds Shaq, ball tipped by Randall. Gets it back. Shaq up and under. It's a 1-point game. Timeout New York. This game is isn't over here in the Garden. Some big free throws for the Knicks here at the line late in this game. The first one is good. This one to make a 3-point game. This is the one they need to make at the line. It's Hal Greer, and you got them both. 3-point game. Wizards down by 3. Here we go. 15 seconds remaining. Will they go for the quick 3 or the 2? Let's see what they decide to do. Kidd gives it up. Downtown 3. Front rim, no good. Shaq gets the ball back. Wizards have another chance. It's Jason Kidd. And he missed it. Nobody can find the mark here for Washington, and that might just be the game. It's official. The New York Knicks will advance past the Washington Wizards in this 7-8 seed game, and they will take the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference to play the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round. And now we go to Toronto. It is the Charlotte Hornets who will knock off and end this season for the Raptors, 121-115, and the Charlotte Hornets will advance to play the Washington Wizards for the 8th seed game. So the Raptors are officially eliminated, and now we go to the 8th seed game in Washington. Hornets versus the Wizards. Charlotte down by 2. Here is Harden. He gets stuck up in the paint as they get up to LaMelo Ball. About 32 seconds left in this game. Here comes the screen from Plumlee. What a pass to Hayward in the corner, and he knocks it down. Hornets have a 1-point lead. 27 seconds remaining. After the huge shot from Gordon Hayward, the Wizards find themselves down by 1. This is it. Winner go home for the playoffs. The fans are on their feet here in DC. Bradley Beal, step back, gets Biz, puts it in. Bradley Beal puts the Wizards up by 1. 15 seconds, no timeouts. Here comes Monroe. James Harden's on the floor as well, and Steph Curry is fouled out of this game for the Hornets, so they need to go to somebody else. Here we go. 5 seconds remaining. Monroe to Harden. Harden defended by Beal. Harden, step back jumper. No good, and the Wizards take down the Hornets, and they will advance to the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. What a finish here in Washington. The playing games are over, so here's the official playoff bracket for today's simulation. You guys see your teams. It is your last chance to make your predictions. Well, guys, the road to the championship begins here in the first round, so let's get the simulation going. Here we go. We now enter Phoenix, and it's the Los Angeles Clippers who will sweep the Suns, and the Suns were the play-in tournament winners to take the 7th seed, and they will get swept here in the first round by LA, and their season is over in 4 games, and we are now in Milwaukee. The New York Knicks, as the 7th seed, looking to knock off the 2 seed and stun them at home, and to win this series because they are up 3 games to 1. Milwaukee trying to avoid the upset and force a game 6. Here is Dwayne Wade on the drive. Dwayne Wade ties the game here at 114, 29 seconds to go. Dwayne Wade puts the fans on their feet, and they are going crazy. They want to see the Bucks come back in this series. I mean, they could do it. They're the 2 seed. They have home court advantage the rest of the way. But here comes Greer. 24 seconds remaining. They go to Kobe. Kobe on DiVincenzo. Step back. Got it. Kobe Bryant right back at Dwayne Wade. And now the Bucks are down by 2. 18 seconds to go left in this game 5. Here comes Dwayne Wade. Can he answer back again? He's going to take it back out. I think he wants the last shot. It's going to come down to this. Can they force overtime and win this game? Their season's on the line. 5 seconds remaining. Here comes the screen. Bob Pettit sets it. Here's Dwayne. Got him with the pump. And he missed the bunny. And the Knicks will go to the second round of the playoffs from the play-in tournament to the conference semifinals for New York. And now to New Orleans, where Steve Nash, Russell Westbrook, and McAdoo will take down the Pelicans here in 5 games. Utah wins this series. They win Game 5, 128-123. And the New Orleans Pelicans are officially eliminated in this simulation. And how about the Dallas Mavericks with Luka Doncic and Larry Bird? They take down the 1 seed. Yes, the 8th seed takes down the 1 seed in 5 games. Dallas lost the first game of the play-in tournament. Then they won the game for the 8th seed, and they take the 8th seed. Then they will go on and upset Anthony Davis and the 1 seed Blazers. But now we're on to a Game 6 in Chicago. The Bulls are this series, and they also have a 1-point lead. Damian Lillard in the corner. Won't go. Tip ball up in the air. Rebounded by Artisan. Here comes the Bulls on the break. They're up by 1. LaVine over in the corner. He puts the dagger into Atlanta. It's a 4-point game. Zach LaVine, a huge shot. And the Hawks are looking to force a Game 7. But right now they're down by 4. They need a quick shot as Lillard gets the paint, and his layup is no good. How about the defense from Chicago? And a little push there on Magic Johnson. And how about this? All of a sudden this game will be over, and the series is over. Chicago takes down Kevin Durant and Trae Young here in the first round in 6 games. And Chicago will advance to the conference semifinals in this simulation. And now in Washington, the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, Miami Heat will hold on and take down the Wizards in 6 games. So Washington from the play-in tournament wins 2 games in the first round of the playoffs, but they will ultimately go down to Will Chamberlain. And now we go to a Game 7 in Boston. It is the 76ers taking down the Celtics. So in a winner-go-home scenario, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, and John Stockton will take down Julius Erving and Carmelo Anthony and the Celtics. And the last series of the first round is in Denver. It's Game 7, Spurs versus the Nuggets. Here comes Denver, Jokic in the paint. He puts in the dunk. And now Bill Russell and the San Antonio Spurs trail by 2, 39 seconds to go. Winner go home on the road. Can they get it done? Inbound, here comes DeJounte Murray. Fans are on their feet. A huge possession right now for San Antonio. Murray around the pick. Murray has a man open. No, he's going to take it. He missed it. Rebound Denver. And the Spurs won't foul. They're going to be looking for a stop. They do have one timeout. But the Denver Nuggets make a shot right here. That will be the dagger for the series. And here is Bob Cousy, top of the key. Cousy in the paint. He threw it away. Oh my goodness. Big mistake right now. San Antonio gets the ball back. And they will call a timeout. Down 2 in this Game 7. After the turnover, San Antonio, season on the line, looking to force overtime or win Game 7. Murray on the screen, on Jokic, steps back, tough shot, and he missed again. Jokic the rebound. Denver wins Game 7, and the Nuggets will advance to the conference semifinals. Bill Russell and the San Antonio Spurs are officially eliminated. And so we get to the second round of this playoffs, and so many crazy things happen in the first round. Look at the upsets: Dallas to the second round, and also New York to the second round. 2 play-in tournament teams. But anyways, let's continue the simulation here on NBA 2K. Let's go. We begin out the conference semifinals in Utah, and the Jazz will sweep the LA Clippers. So the Clippers swept in the first round, and then they'll get swept here in the second round. So Joe Ingles and Utah will be moving on in the second round, and we are now in Philadelphia. It is the Knicks who will go down to John Stockton and the 76ers. Oh my goodness, did anybody just see what John Stockton did? But anyways, the New York Knicks run officially ends here in the second round of this playoff simulation. Philly's moving on, and we are now in Miami. It's the Chicago Bulls who will go down to the number 1 seed Miami Heat in 5 games. So Miami will eventually play Philadelphia in the Eastern Conference Finals, and the season comes to an end for Patrick Ewing and Matty Johnson of Chicago. And the Cinderella story continues for the Dallas Mavericks as they take down the Denver Nuggets in 6 games. So all the way from the play-in tournament, now to the Western Conference Finals. What a huge series win over Denver. Luka Doncic and Larry Bird are moving on in the simulation. 4 teams remaining. We got Utah versus Dallas and Miami versus Philadelphia. Which 2 teams are advancing to the NBA Finals in this simulation? So guys, sit down, sit back, relax. Let's get these NBA Conference Finals simulated here on 2K. So let's continue on. Game 6 in Philadelphia, the 76ers lead the series 3 games to 2. If they win this, they could close out the series and go to the finals. Miami is, however, trying to force a Game 7. Here comes Embiid in the paint. He has a mismatch on Pierce. Oh, blocked by Paul Pierce. Stockton goes out in the corner of the 3-pointer. It's no good. Rebound in Miami. And here come the Heat looking to take the lead. 27 seconds again. Paul Pierce. Bang! Paul Pierce from downtown. A huge shot. And that might just give them the edge to force Game 7. Even though this game isn't over yet, the 76ers need a quick basket. Well, they need to go for a 3. Here they come. Simmons in the paint. Gives it to Giannis. Giannis to Simmons. He doesn't take the 3. Here comes the double. Tobias Harris open again. He missed again. 2 open 3s. And that might just be the game. Oh my goodness. I mean, you can't ask for any better shots than that. Miami played amazing defense. They got the ball out of Joel Embiid and Giannis Antetokounmpo's hand. They made somebody else beat them. And Tyler Hero knocks down the free throw. And that should be it in Game 6. The Heat will force a Game 7. The late 3-pointer from Paul Pierce in this Game 6 was huge, as Miami will force a Game 7 back in Miami to find out who is going to take down the Eastern Conference trophy in this simulation. Anyways, we go to the Western Conference in 6 games. It is the Utah Jazz, ending the Cinderella story of Luka Doncic and Larry Bird as the 8th seed. So Utah will advance to the NBA Finals in the simulation. So we saw Miami force Game 7. They win Game 7, 129 to 118. So down go the 76ers. They blow a 3-2 series lead. Wilt Chamberlain 22 points, 14 rebounds. Oladipo had 20 points in this huge Game 7. Danny Green with the leader on the 76ers, 20 points, and the 76ers go down. As we now get to the NBA Finals on this simulation, a best-of-7 series between the Miami Heat and the Utah Jazz. Which team will take it all? Let me know how your predictions were for the simulation. Anyways, let's get these NBA Finals simulated, and it goes to Game 7. Here is Tyler Hero. Misses a 3. Wilt Chamberlain throws it down on Steve Nash. Oh my goodness, he got a facial right there. 132 to 133. The Miami Heat are up by 1, and the fans are on their feet. 30 38 seconds to go. It's a winner home game 7 for the NBA championship. It all comes down to this. Here's Donovan Mitchell, defended by Tyler Hero. Takes a jumper. He puts it in. Donovan Mitchell, a huge shot. He answers right back at Wilt Chamberlain. And here comes Paul Pierce. He has a huge three to give them the win in Game 6 on the road in Philadelphia last year. But Miami calls timeout. And after the timeout, down by 1, who's going to take the big shot? Here is Oladipo, defended by Westbrook. Oladipo looking to go in the paint to Wilt Chamberlain. He's defended by McAdoo. Chamberlain in the paint. Chamberlain back his way in. What a move! And he scores! Miami up again. And Wilt Chamberlain, the hero late in this Game 7. But the Utah Jazz still have one more chance. They are out of timeout and the shot clock is turned off. Here is Donovan Mitchell. Can he win the NBA Finals? Miami wins with a stop. Westbrook the motion. Westbrook goes out to the wing. Isolated. Here comes the screen. Mitchell in the paint. Layup. It's good! What a play! 1.7 remaining. Miami no timeouts. Oladipo. It's off the mark. Utah wins the finals on a layup with 1 second remaining. What a finish. Oh my goodness. What an amazing way to end an amazing finals and playoff simulation. Well guys, this was absolute madness. Thank you so much for watching as we get the trophy celebration in Miami. You guys are truly the GOATs. Remember to like and subscribe. It is your boy Halftime Productions. Again, thanks for watching, and we out.